Good morning, evening, or night. Who knows what time it is where you're listening. Welcome to our video slash podcast. Stevie Bester, Matt Young. We're sitting here. This is our third.
Yeah.
It's hard to believe it's been that long already.
Man, time flying, right?
I'm excited. Now, we finally have a name for this thing. Now, the premises of our show is we're just being open, transparent, honest, discussing, poking fun at each other. The differences between black church and white church. You pastor a church on the west side of Cincinnati. I pastor some churches on the east side.
Mm-hmm.
And well, welcome back, my friend.
Hey, good to be here, man. Good to see God doing some great things in our lives and bringing us to the people to see black and white is not that indifferent.
It's
Good.
not. I love it. And now, without further ado, your amazing, incredible wife came up with a name for us. And I like it. I like it a lot. Are you ready?
Yes.
Actually, no. You've got to say.
Let me work it out.
Yep. Here we go.
Ebony and Ivory.
Ebony and Ivory. The Ebony and Ivory broadcast. I love it. So
hey, it fits. It's what we do. It's who we are.
yeah,
The world's gonna want to eat this up.
Okay, so you are an incredible musician. You are an incredible musician.
I try. You're the man.
You play the keys, I play the keys, but you have an advantage over me. You can play the Hammond B3.
That's what I came up on in the church. That's between services, the morning service and the afternoon service. Get on that B3 and just try your hands. And I learned the foot pedal. That's the only difference, foot pedal. But hey, you're right.
Oh yeah, it's a whole nother skill set that I do not have.
We'll get you there, man.
We'll
get there. We get there.
Yeah. No, but I play the piano.
Yeah,
so,
and very well,
no,
man.
we don't do that.
I love that. They ain't gonna let no grave hold me down. I love it.
So today we're really talking about. We're just going to talk about things that are different between the black church versus white church.
Yep.
And I want to say this. We're going to make some generalizations. Obviously, every church is different. Everybody has a different style. We're talking about just in general what we've noticed over the years. And
Yep.
I'm sure we're going to get some hate mail on this one, but
And that
is that all
keeps
right?
the ball rolling. It makes the world go around.
So we got to give permission to each other right now.
Yes. I give you permission.
Yeah, we just
Speak for it. We're gonna be who we are.
I've never been offensive to anybody in my life. I can't even say that with a straight face.
Where's the lightning coming from?
So our wives gave us a list of things that are different, and I have some of them written down over there in the corner. All right. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about the difference in black funerals and white funerals.
Funny, Richard Pryor.
Yes.
In his early days of comedy, that was what he was saying, how black folk give it up at the funeral and they're jumping in the grave. They're just, you gonna kill me because that Negro's up there in the casket. It was hilarious. So when you say it, it just brings back to me how somber I've seen some Caucasian or white funerals.
Oh, white funerals.
It's but again, it's I don't know if it's our culture or what, but let's kind of
everybody says they're having a celebration of life. Listen, I have you all celebrate.
We go in.
And listen, I went to your uncle's funeral, and the
Mm-hmm.
legendary Fred Shuttlesworth Jr.
Y'all were there.
Oh, I tell you what, I saw his pictures when he was younger. He was a stud.
Bruh, listen, he had to fight them off, man. We had catcher's mitt just to get the stuff that fell from the king's table, man. He had a lot of ladies that adored this little young man. But you're right.
So I took, of course, my church loves your family. And when they heard that your uncle passed, they're all like, can we go? I said, absolutely. So I think it was the middle of the day. I think there was like 25 of us that came over.
Yeah, it was. I mean, when you all came, I thought it was just you and Crystal, and then I'm like, that's all of that. They're coming, and so I was the host, I guess you could say, of the funeral. What they call it, MC, whatever. But and so it was.
I see the fact. I want to point something out.
Yeah.
The fact that y'all have a host at your funeral.
That's a whole nother
Listen,
different.
White people, they're like, can we get this done in 10 minutes?
Don't let me get you started with Aretha Franklin's funeral that was like 2 days long. They changed her clothes, crossed her legs. I mean, black folk, we just do, and she's gone.
They changed her clothes.
But Aretha had a wardrobe change. Yes, sir. They stopped. I mean, literally stopped, changed her, and brought her back out with her feet crossed, with her stilettos. Oh yeah, full casket, man.
Listen, if I go before you,
yeah,
you best make sure that Crystal Young.
man,
I want a black funeral.
Don't we ain't gonna put you in.
I want a black funeral.
You want the luge of everything. We got you, man.
I want a black funeral.
You've heard y'all heard it here on Ebony and Ivory. He said it. So if they get on me, here come this black preacher trying to take his friend. No, he wants it. I'm gonna take care of my friend. So y'all get ready for like a 3 to just bring like 4 days worth of clothes if you come from out of town. We're gonna take care of this. But that's gonna be another 50 years. So we ain't gonna.
Oh yeah, but so when your uncle, so our folks came over. I said, now listen, you're used to a 30-minute max funeral. I said, this thing's going to be at least probably an hour and a half.
90 minutes. That's a short one in some.
That one was about 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
What I loved about it, the funeral director told you all had to stop because he was out of time.
Yeah, he's like, we got to get to the grave.
And it was at your church.
Mm-hmm. But see, they're always in cahoots, not cahoots. They're in relation with the funeral director who says, if we don't get him to the cemetery by a certain time, number one, we can't get in. Number two, they won't be able to bury him because he's going to have to sit in the vault overnight because the people who dig the graves, all that whole. So again, yeah, it's a thing of if the funeral starts usually in black church 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock is the latest you're going to start the wake or the and that's another thing. I went to a white school, Green Hills. They called it a layout. I'm like, a layout is like I lay out my clothes for school, but again, the layout, it was a wake for us. So 9 or 10,
wait a second. The first difference.
Yeah, first
that
difference.
we're going to hit.
Is wake versus
layout.
Layout.
Yeah, layout is that's now the way it works with typically in the past. It's all starting to be the same day now, but the layout would be the night before. The night before, yeah, and
that used to be until the black funeral homes realized we got people that's like, I ain't trying to work 2 days and only get paid for one. So they said it was all gonna be on one day. So my check. I worked in the funeral business, so I heard because I wouldn't wonder. It was always like 7:30 at night, the wake. Yeah, and you come back the next morning to celebrate them and bury. But no, it's all one day. Saturday morning, 9 or 10 is when the wake starts. By 11 o'clock or no later than noon, you got to start it because most cemeteries are not open past 3 o'clock on Saturday. So if you're not there by the time those men come with those, and ain't nobody doing the physical digging anymore. They got the backhoe now. So if the backhoe guy gets off at 2:30, you better have yourself in there at 1:30, or else your loved one's gonna be in a vault until the next day because they just. And then that's Sunday generally because it's Saturdays now. But yeah, it's a whole. And then remember, some funeral we used to have our layouts or wakes were at the house. You bring the body to the house.
Whoa.
Is that a different for y'all?
Yes.
In the living, you go to the house, the person's house where they passed, and they have the casket right there in the living. And people come in
your living room,
and you got chicken and macaroni and cheese at the dinner table, and Uncle Fest right here and that was again until churches, because a lot of churches, I don't know what the belief is or was, but you don't bring dead bodies in here, so whatever, I don't know, but the wake for at the house, and then I guess for the funeral you come to the church, and then
wow,
so we're so much.
So lake, wake, versus layout. Yeah. So yeah, we use the term layout. Now, by the way, different cultures do different things. Now, keep in mind, everyone, I am from like in the middle of nowhere. I am a redneck yuppie.
I like.
Remember that. I don't know. You're not a country music fan, are you?
Come on. Which one? Who? Which one? Not Conway. Johnny Cash. I mean, come on. I went to Green Hills, bro. Our proms were like country CMT country music.
Please tell me you have a pair of cowboy boots.
I had a pair of cowboy boots until I got married. My wife was like, "Get those boots out," because she's Miss. I'm Mr. Refined now. I'm the what do you call a metrosexual man. And those boots just did not fit the image of what my little bougie wife, bless her heart, hey baby, I love you, 34 years. But that didn't fit the image. So get them boots out of here. I have some Timberlands, which that's as black as they get.
You have Timberlands.
We don't do
listen,
cowboy boots.
We're going to Nashville. Me and you, Nashville.
We got you, man. Because
you know
I
what?
like those, man.
Well, I'm not going to lie. I didn't buy them. Someone gave them to me. If you'd like to donate boots to Pastor Matt Young,
Boot Fund.
get a hold of me. See, this is the problem. Both of you and I both have ADD.
We're all over the map, but that's why we got to keep.
That's why they call me the white Stevie Bester.
The Black Mac Young. Hello.
Hey. So, all right, funerals. So, number one, we're going to have a whole episode on funerals.
Huh?
We're going to have a whole episode on
really,
funerals.
Really, we are. I mean, yeah.
All right. So, number one,
the wake versus
layout. Number two, the length.
Yeah.
I kid you not. Typically, and I do a lot of funerals, and every family member, almost every time, I would say 75% of the time, will tell me, make it quick, make it simple. And I do. And we're looking most time 20 to 30 minutes, and we're done.
See,
now, how about you?
On the black, that's a sign of disrespect in the black church. If my loved ones, if we start at 11 and 11:30, we're getting in our car going to the funeral, you've not given them the celebration or the homegoing that they, so they get mad. But again,
there's another homegoing. That's another term.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I hear that. There's something. Mm-hmm. So it would be an insult. So you probably don't want me to do a funeral. I'll probably insult everybody.
No, they would know. It's the difference in the culture.
Well, I can go.
But again, see now, let me just put it out to you. Lil Pookie been out there shooting, killing everybody, selling drugs.
Whoa!
And
hold on a second. What is a little Pookie?
Little Pookie is a colloquialism that black folks knew when we don't. It's that guy. He has the pants half off his backside. He's out here selling drugs all night. You coming to church praying and crying because he done got arrested again for something but then that little Pookie gets shot up. God love him, we're sorry, But his mama wants his funeral at the church. So we're supposed to come now and put little Pookie, and there's another one, little Ray Ray, his cousin. We put them in heaven because you have this long, well, he was a good boy, but no, okay, if he was a good boy. And so when we say homegoing, that's a funeral. That ain't a homegoing. Funeral is like the old mother who's been in the church forever, the old deacon has been, what they live right, that's a homegoing. But people try to paint that broad stroke.
Oh,
and we know little Pookie ain't bit more live no Jesus or no life, but again, because his mother wants a church funeral, and we get caught up in a lot as pastors, and y'all just ain't gonna let my child come in, and he didn't come when he was alive. What we trying to, but again, that's a whole nother set of the reality of what some churches allow and don't allow. But yeah, it's a homegoing.
Homegoing.
But again, they mislabel a lot of homegoings because, like I said,
there's a difference between a funeral and a homegoing.
The big difference. Funeral is, he got messed up in the streets. He lived in the streets. We got him in here. Let's have something honorable for the family. But we ain't about to put him in heaven. Don't do that. We can't. I mean, but they get mad at us for not preaching.
I love it. Now and I want to make sure everybody understands. He's not saying he puts them in heaven.
No.
You're just not going to celebrate and say he went home to be with Jesus. So.
We know he's up in. I can't say I know that when I know what based on what I've seen. But again, that's that dichotomy of black church funerals is that everybody wants, and everybody's there. They smell like weed. They look. They matter of fact. We had to put some people out of our church. They were bringing liquor bottles. We found liquor bottles all in our trash cans after one funeral. And so when we made the decision, there's no alcohol, no smoking on the. They thought we were being indifferent or trying to be better than. I'm like, no, we just don't do. We don't do that here. But again, let them. Well, it's our repast, and we'll get to that too. But
there's a sidewalk down there. Go drink it on there.
Man, they think we're the worst thing since sliced.
Okay, can I tell you this? Most white funerals, all right, for the most part, most of them occur at the funeral home. They don't have them in church. That's a big difference. Occasionally, now listen, once again, if you outlive me, don't let my funeral be in no funeral home.
We ain't gonna do that to you.
We're gonna be at the church. And by the way, I want a Hammond B3 organ. Come
listen,
on. I want a choir. Bring Paige over, bring Jordan, bring Jared.
We're going to have it tuned up that week to make sure. Yeah.
That's another thing. Tune up. We'll talk about that later. Getting tuned up. I love that term. I'm getting excited.
Man,
I want to trade churches. No, Amelia, I'm sorry. No, I love my people. Stay in. I'll visit.
If y'all see this guy coming over to 710 Northfred Shellsworth Circle on a Sunday morning, you just know we kidnapped him. Sorry. We'll bring him back, though, in good order, I promise. But no, but that again, it's usually the mother of the matriarch of the family. Well, can you? And so what we as pastors or we as churches, we do it for her or for the family.
Well, and absolutely, that's the right thing.
They're just that good. You want it, mother, whatever you want. It's your wishes, and so we do
absolutely.
that. But that's the big difference. Funerals, homegoings, the wake versus layout. And we mentioned something last night in a meeting that we were talking about how people get up and leave, and that's a whole nother piece that we can talk about. The difference in black and white church is how in the white church, they gather up their stuff gently and nicely and just they leave. Black folks, we got this finger, and Tyler Perry, I think, talked about it. He said, I guess it makes you invisible as you're leaving, but it's like, I'm leaving. And like on that note, I'm leaving. And it's just you put the finger up and you hold your head down, as if nobody can see you, and you just walk out.
Do we all pretend?
It's a black thing. You all, and I mean, it's
your wife did that to me the other night at my house.
She walked away from you. Yes.
Remember we were all she put her finger up and just walked off. I'm like,
with that note,
are you telling me I'm number one? Did you mean to? I was thinking, did you mean to put up the middle finger? What are we doing here? I thought your wife was flipping me off.
See, and that's the difference in our cultures, because everybody in the black family knows somebody says or does something, even if you don't get up and go, you just give them this, then okay, let's move on to another subject or that. But
is that what that means?
That is. Let me get out of here. But it was really a thing of excuse me, I'm gone. But it has developed over the years into I'm not taking that. When you start talking, the LGBT or anything that's kind of off kilter from their culture. They give you the finger. That's the church finger.
That's a church finger. Now the other finger's different.
Exactly, but that's basically the finger. But it's church. They take it next digit, and I'm out of here. And you just know, don't say nothing to them. Just open the door and let them go.
So what you're telling me, that's like they're. I can't believe we'll say this.
Come on. We're transparent.
It's the safe word.
It's the safe. Yes, it's the safe finger in the church. Again, it used to be polite. Just excuse me, I don't mean to do it, but now it's no. I'm out on that note. So
all right,
black church, white church.
So now here's the other thing. Here's the other thing at funerals. Your wife used the term, I never heard of it, repast. You know what that is?
What's that? What do y'all call that?
We call that food. Y'all get word names for everything.
And when I was little,
we just say we're going to get together and eat. You all have fancy words for everything. Can I be black?
Please do. Come on.
I'm trying.
Let's talk about this. We got you. Come on. We'll figure it out. We'll get you a nice tanning booth and just no.
Here's the problem. I can't. I've got what do they call that?
It's not vitiligo.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Michael Jackson. That's why
I'm losing the tan.
Matt Young, that's what it.
So number one, I'm dark complected. Well, I'm Native American. All of my family.
So you got some Cherokee.
Yeah, Cherokee, and so I woke up one day and I'm getting whiter by the moment. And you asked me one time, and you're like, "What is that?" And I said, "My friend."
Your whiteness is coming.
No, I said I'm taking white privilege to a whole new level.
If I'm going to be white, I'm going to be the whitest there.
All right, we got to stay. Now we offended everybody.
So,
the funerals. So the food after,
that's the
we call it the family get-together.
Yeah, so the repast, that's generally why they have it at the church too, because it's 2 for 1. I can have the funeral upstairs, go bury my child or my loved one, and then come back to the same place, and they're usually in limousines or everybody's carpooling to the so you come back, and you finish there in the church basement or dining hall, the repast, and that's where but you said the food, and that's generally what it is. Some of the best food you've ever tasted are repast, and that's where you learn, who can and who can't cook, because little Sally bring that, and we're in the season of Thanksgiving, and it got to be black chitlins or chitterlings as they call them. If you ain't cleaned them right and you start crunching down on something, that means they didn't clean them thoroughly, because chitlins should be very smooth. I don't eat them anymore.
I've never had them.
oh my, well, you make because see they call them, and I can't say it because we're in the church with it, but it rhymes with chit, but it's chitterling, but they say you had some, and so again, it because that's the part. You don't get me started. It comes to that's the part they clean they take them and you get this little red bucket of them about 10 pounds, but you're only gonna get about 2 or 3 spoonfuls out of that 10 pound because it's mostly fat and stuff. You got like the lining you have to peel off to clean them real good.
What is it?
But
Beans?
No. It's like the consistency.
I mean,
Hog maws. I don't know if you've ever been in the hog maw, but that stretches them. It's the part of the pig. It's not beans. It's
okay. What's it made out of?
It's like a string, like your intestines is what pig intestines is what it is. But they
oh God have mercy. Did you just say pig intestine?
So you know what goes through the intestine, what comes out of the. So that's why they call them not chitterlings, but the other.
Okay, you're making.
But
whoa, hold on a second. Hold on a second.
Uh-huh.
I'm glad you said that. I will never in my life. You need to hear me. I will not eat that. I will not. You could give me $10,000 right now, and I will not eat that.
But nothing.
Especially, did you say they're not cleaned properly?
If that's the thing, if they don't not clean properly, you got whatever the pig ate is. But now understand this.
Well, you understand that's poop.
See, oh yeah.
I'm sorry.
But now listen.
I said the right
word. You
just
said it. It goes back to the slavery days when the hog head cheese and all the bacon and the good parts of the pig were done. Yeah, y'all slaves can take this and y'all can have and so they figured out how to strain them, clean them, cook them, and hey, it's not bad. But they smell god awful unless you clean them a certain way. That's a whole nother. We got to have we might have a whole episode on this cleaning chitlins the right way.
Okay,
but that's the whole point.
I want to point something out, and I'm not making light of slavery. Obviously, I mean. It is wrong. It was deplorable, that part of our country's history. So I know everybody else, and I'll just be honest. I apologize for slavery and all those things, but I apologize that
we had to go.
Chitlins? I don't. You know what? I'm really struggling. I'm trying not to say the wrong thing. Because the last thing I'm not trying to be offensive, but. My heart breaks.
And I promise you.
Pig intestines.
Yes. I was as small as Preston growing up. You see how big I am now. Me and my mother would clean, and it's only Thanksgiving and Christmas that you don't eat them all year round. It's this fall holiday season that they come out late November. I guess Halloween would be, and you see these little red buckets. And they used to be like $7.99. I remember when they were $5.99 a bucket, $7.99 a bucket.
You have to pay for this?
Pay.
This ought to be free.
The 10-pound bucket, and everybody knows the red bucket. When you see that red bucket, if you're a Chitlin fan, save me a plate. But
now, see where I'm from.
Yeah,
we have pig farms.
See,
you know what I'm saying?
Now
and the slaughterhouse, we can make. I can get that stuff for free.
That's what I'm saying. You can make a killing in the black community with that stuff that you get for free. Oh. Bags this high, stuff this big and round with Chitlins that they used to sell them pre-cleaned, and then so. $25 a bag. I mean, literally, or they might be $30 now. I think COVID raised the price. I'm saying these same little $10 buckets are now like $30 a bucket. And people, I mean, literally out the door, what's your number? We're serving number 1 and you're number 50. You're going to wait in line for your chitlins.
For pig intestines.
Man, I'm telling you, it's a black culture thing that, and again, I loved them growing up. They don't love me anymore, which is why I don't fool with them, but that's why I probably got this big, because I would, man, come on. And I mean, you wake up the next morning, oh my goodness, that's breakfast. You got to strain the fat off them, but man, it's a whole nother, I'm telling you, we got a whole episode on chitlins. I'm serious. And it's the way that they got you prepared right. Did you get the wrong person? You crunch on something that your whole, and that probably, yeah. But yeah, we'll talk. But now that you know where they come from, that's why my wife. You crunch on some,
listen, first
gristle,
of all.
Whatever they eat.
If I'm eating chitlins, never mind, I'm done. We change the subject. Move on.
Noodles. That's the it's like they're like new. That's the consistency you get, but it's meat noodles. I don't if I can say it, but
so you put meat in your chitlins?
But they put hog maws. There's a thicker meat that they put in to stretch them, because then you get this big bucket of chitlins. I don't know if it's a 10-pound bucket, but the bucket after you cook them, there's only this many that are edible because you're throwing all the waste and the fat out. Yeah, man. So it's a whole. So you got to buy several buckets to feed the family, but everybody, that was the biggest thing for Thanksgiving and New
Do you
Year's.
see my face?
I'm looking at you, man. But as in the black community, it was like if you eat that, or I mean, you ain't gonna have no other meat because you can't eat the chicken because that's for the big house. You can't eat.
Oh, in slavery
It's
times.
right. Yeah, they gave them the waste and they made like was it hot water cornbread, that kind of stuff. They had to. That's a whole. My mother and I'm gonna have them talk about that when they. But yeah, stuff that the big house didn't want. They threw and the slaves made. They said when they throw your lemons, make lemonade. When they throw your chitlins, make. We ain't gonna. I'm gonna stop because that past the cussing. No, it was what it was, and so
No.
and it is what it is. Because still, people to this day are like, "Did you get your chitlins this year?" Like, no, I didn't. I stopped about 5 years ago because they don't do right by me.
Let me help you. Please stop.
Matt.
Please stop.
I'd be your size if I hadn't. I'm telling you,
You know
chitlins
why?
That was my thing, man.
After hearing that, I don't think I can eat for a month. So actually, we've been on this Black church versus white church, Ebony and Ivory. And today we just spent 20 minutes on a funeral. We were supposed to spend about 2 minutes.
Right.
So
you see the dichotomy, the difference in the two.
I love
it. It's so big. I love it, man.
Black church versus white church.
There we are.
Join us for episode 4. God bless you. See you next time.